Authority, contrary to section 357A of the Penal Code, expresses response on 28th day of January 1990 at Nairobi within Nairobi County with intent to receive without lawful authority or excuse made a certificate of birth number 300,868 purporting to be a genuine certificate issued by Civil Registrar of Birth Nani Maria Wanjiku. Is it true?
Not true. Two gentlemen in plain clothes came to my premises and told me that they would like me to go to the police station. Of course, at first, they were in plain clothes, they were on a border, and I was a little afraid. So I asked for them to explain what it was all about. It was a bit of a tussle, but eventually it turned out that it was the same issue that has been outstanding for close to 10 years. All right, so I agreed. I asked them what it was all about again, because I'd already written statements, submitted tons of evidence, all right? And then it keeps on coming up. You know, they keep quiet and suddenly I'm summoned again. You keep quiet, suddenly I'm suddenly here. The Milimani, when I was summoned to Milimani, I attended. I flew from Nairobi. I attended the session when I gave the first statement and the documentary evidence. And then for the following, I think, 3 years, I kept on, whenever I came to Nairobi, popping in at the station to try and find out what their progress was, because they were very, very quiet, and I was keen to see the matter to closure. But there was never an answer. And then it was quiet until suddenly, again, a phone call, and we were called to immigration. All right, and I came up again, with my evidences, etc. And they listened to me, and they didn't even want to see.
That was when you went to the immigration?
I'll have to check the exact date.
This year?
No, not this year. This year is another story altogether. There have been several of these summons. So that immigration, they listened to me and told me, okay, that's it. And we went home. And then again, we had another incident where an officer called me and said they were on the way to Mtwapa and they wanted to see me. So I said, what about? It was the same issue. So I told them, is it not possible to do these investigations based on the statement and the evidences submitted? They said, no, there's just something very small that we need to know, to clarify. So we fixed for an appointment the same day at 4 o'clock, because I live and raise my grandson. He's 7 years old. He's outside in the corridor. We live alone with him, and he was in school, attending virtual school, but it meant being online until the school session ends. So I asked for her indulgence, the officer's indulgence, and I said, classes end at 3. I prepare the child, give him a snack, prepare the child. 4 o'clock, we meet at the Mtwapa base, police base, a station. So I presented myself there at 4 o'clock, but the officer wasn't there. I sat at the DCI reception. The receptionist tried to raise her on the phone. There was no response to the phone call. They asked me to try and use my number to raise on the number that had called me. Again, there was no response. I sat there until around, I think it was 5:30, when the DCI officers told me they're now closing for the day. So I had to leave because they were locking up. So I left at around 5:30 or so. Okay, so that was that incident. And then again came, and nobody called me back in response to my phone calls. Then came last Friday, and the two men came. And when they told me what it was all about, of course I recognized the story. and I responded, and I went to the Mtwapa. I did not go myself. Of course, now they accompanied me. One came into my car, and we drove to the Mtwapa police base. When I got there, that is when it became obvious that I was being held. I was going to be held. I was with my grandson. We were not allowed to leave. I asked for bail terms, for cash bail. And the DCIO did try to help at Mtwapa, but the excuse I was given was that they had talked to the person in charge of the section in Kiambu, but the person had said that there was a car coming for me and that I had to wait for the car. So the car came, but it came at night, and then it was a matter of the officer in charge could not be found at that time, could not be reached at that time. So we spent the night at the police station with my grandson. And the next day I was told 6 o'clock in the morning, the trip to Nairobi starts, but it did not start until I think 11 a.m. So we were arriving in Nairobi at night, and I was taken to Gigiri police station and booked in. This time not with my grandson, because his mother lives in Nairobi. My daughter, who's the subject of this issue, lives in Nairobi, and she came and managed to take the child with her. So last night I spent the night alone at Gigiri police station. I think that in a nutshell is what has been happening.
If I may finish?
Yes.
At this juncture.
That's why I wanted her to speak up there.
Yeah, I tried, sorry.
Detaining somebody.
Okay, I can give my first-hand experience because I was there. Yes, when I requested for the OCS or the person in charge, they told me that she was brought in by the serious crimes, the DCI Serious Crimes Division. And so until I personally go and look for them, they cannot help me. So the problem is now getting the person handled because no one is willing to help, maybe give you a number or for whatever reason. Yes.
I think I just wanted that picture done while painting it. Yes.
Bond bill, I have no objection. The accused person will go to the point of view.
Of 50,000, so I will put up a cash bill of 50,000, and then she will provide one contact person. So a cash bill of 50 with one contact person. So we can have a date of the trial.
4th September.
Most of that, thank you very much.